Hi there, welcome to the Hillside Wealth YouTube page. Today we are going to talk about probate, something that costs a lot of money, takes a lot of time, and lets everybody see what you own. So Mike, there's a couple ways we can fix this.
Yes, we are going to get into this.
Perfect. So I'm Amanda Baxter, investment advisor at Hillside Wealth.
I'm Mike Preto, portfolio manager, Hillside Wealth.
I private wealth. And today what we're going to talk to you about is called the double will strategy. So Mike, guide us through the definition of a double will strategy.
First of all, let's have a quick chat about probate. So probate is the process that any will has to go through before authority can be granted to the executor of that will to actually do anything with the estate. So until that probate is granted, you can't trade on an investment account, you cannot sell a house, you cannot distribute assets, you cannot do anything. And so in theory though, like this is good because you're dealing with someone's estate, it's an important transition, you want it done right, and the probate process, essentially the granting of probate, essentially makes sure that the court agrees with what the will says and that it can be distributed.
And how long does it take?
That's the problem. It can take easily 4 to 5 months. And so during that period, again, nothing can be done. Double will strategy for business owners essentially separates the estate into two wills.
Personal and business.
Exactly. And so on the personal side, that's all the stuff that like a personal investment account, a personal piece of property, home, rental property, that all does have to go through probate. But like less is more. Let's have less of our assets have to go through that process. And those private business shares do not need to go through probate. So why include them in that same will? It's going to cost you money, it's going to take time, and it's going to expose yourself to everyone that's out there.
Talking about the money portion of it, how much is probate?
So in BC and Ontario, these are the two provinces where you can do the dual will strategy. So in BC, it's roughly 1.4%, and in Ontario, it's 1.5%, which, take a look at the
large estate, that's a lot.
Well, yeah, but like even just real estate prices in Toronto and in Vancouver, we can see that we could be talking about $50,000, $30,000 just right there, no problem. Let's be mindful of this and let's do what we can to avoid it.
100%. So it's not all candy and rainbow. There's a couple downsides. So Mike, talk to us about this 180-day rule.
Yeah, the biggest downside to the second will strategy, which you need to be very mindful of, is that if the will doesn't go through probate, so that second will, let's call it, doesn't go through probate, then that means that any disgruntled child or beneficiary of that will or perceived beneficiary of that will has an open, unlimited window to deal with this. So they can challenge this will at any time. If it's a will that's gone through probate,
yes,
they only have 180 days. So definitely be mindful of that.
So we do have a couple other videos about estate planning, one on successor versus beneficiary. So there'll be, click here for that one. And then we did another great one talking about TCP versus POA, also super interesting. So you can find that one here. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let us know.
Thanks so much. Have a great day. It's been a pleasure.